setting fuel price, according to a minister. Military kills 6 Lakurawa terrorists, recovers weapons in Sokoto. Rowdy session in National Assembly as IEG defends 2025 budget proposal. Don't worry, I'll give you an excerpt of that, okay? Yeah, I'll play you the video. I'll play you the tape, the full video of what actually played out. It was a very, very funny session, my people. Don't worry, we'll get there soon, okay? Yeah. Governors propose new VAT sharing formula. Okay, tax bills. Fubara, Wike camps clash as police occupy Rivers PDP secretariat. Pengassan projects petrol price hike as crude cost rises. And of course, 12.3 billion naira fraud, EFCC to arraign Otudeko, ex-First Bank MD on Monday. Let's get some more stories now. Let's visit the political side of it. Police barricade Rivers PDP secretariat amidst leadership tussle. And then let's just see if we can touch on one. Just one more. APC PDP biker over suspected thugs fire gunshot at Ido Election Tribunal. I think that story is coming again. Let's leave here and visit Vanguard newspaper quickly this morning. Check your time, 7:05 it is already. Then to the big story here. Hardship. Women scavenging for valuables in garbage dump to feed their homes. Women scavenging for valuables in garbage dumps to feed their homes. Let me give you a mental picture of the kind of garbage dumps I'm talking about. You see the one around 7-Up, right? For those of us who know Lagos so well, the one around 7-Up, that heap of garbage you see in 7-Up, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. All right, and that's the same picture I'm seeing here. As regards hardship, women are now scavenging for valuables in garbage dump just to feed their families. At least just find something you can sell. Gary is well. Influx of IPOB. Southern governors mobilize, activate regional security. Alafin tussle. Prince Gbade guessing challenges Owoade's emergence in court. And then to some stories now. Governors back Tinubu on tax reform. Proposed new VAT sharing formula. 2025 budget predicated on 2 million barrels crude oil production, according to NUPRC. Okay. Diallo's 12 minutes hat trick rescues Man United against Southampton. Yeah. For some of us who saw that, right? It was really. Okay, so Ibadan explosion. Residents demand justice 1 year after. And then on killer meat. Panic in Benue as butchers resort to cows and goats. Okay, let's leave this newspaper. Okay, let's leave this newspaper, the Nation newspaper, and let me quickly serve you something from Daily Post. NIN registration. Lepers decry lack of identity and exclusion. On NIN registration, lepers decry lack of identity and of course exclusion. Governors bow back tax reform bills, propose new VAT sharing formula. On Biafra, Nnamdi stopped from attending Donald Trump's swearing in. Ex-president stopped from attending Donald Trump's swearing in. And back to Nigeria, NAS may exempt police from envelope budgeting system as session goes rowdy. Let's touch on some political stories now. Election like that, and then the People's Democratic Party failed democracy for boycotting election. And then let's move on. PDP chieftain faults party's position on suspension of national vice chair. Southeast Odefa is one saying that. 2027 coalition condemns commencement of campaigns. somehow, whether you like it or not, campaign don't start. stylishly, however you want to see. Let's leave Daily Post newspaper and of course governors, senators, other political heavyweights. There's a full list there. Might not be able to go into that list, okay? But just to let you know, Wike revokes lands of governors, senators, and other political heavyweights. So according to the military, foreign fighters responsible for resurging terror attacks, according to the Nigerian. And then there is a piece there. I think I would want to ask you to read it. Okay, Daily Trust has it. Zauzau, Abuja, Suleja, historical fact and fallacy. Zauzau, Abuja, Suleja, historical facts and fallacies. I want you to read it. Mostly if you are, conversant with that environment. Yeah, please get to read it. GDP rebasing should not be avenue for more debt. LCCI cautions federal government. And of course, why airlines funds can't be trapped in Nigeria again. Why airlines funds can't be trapped in Nigeria again. Is Thinklo GMD that is saying that. And for 2025, federal government budgets 64.88 billion naira for roads maintenance. Did you hear that? 64.88 billion naira for roads maintenance. So, okay. Dangote refinery has reduced petrol imports according to OPEC. There's one of the big story there this morning. They've reduced. Dangote refinery has reduced petrol imports according to OPEC. The Sun newspaper is next, everyone. 7:15 a.m. NGF endorses revised VAT sharing formula to promote equity. Again, budget defense session turns rowdy as lawmakers fight to defend IGP. DHQ explains rebound in terror attacks. Tinubu economic reforms necessary to rejig Nigeria, says Akonde. NAS panel threatens agencies with zero allocation. And then to River State now, we accept court verdict on state ESCO, says the people's. Just to touch on few headlines here, Adeyanju urges EFCC chair to prosecute dismissed officers. All right. And then let's see another one here. Man arrested for allegedly stabbing father to death in Delta. ICPC arraigned 2 boundary commission officials for forgery, abuse of office. And then Niger made 600 billion naira from Agric and others in 2024. Starving dogs kill Nigerian mom in Italy. Okay, let's leave all of these ones for now. Okay, there's gonna be basketballs here this morning. Seriously, everyone just stay tuned. Okay, but for now, let's connect with some a senior journalist, Rufai Oseni, who is going to touch on some of these stories quickly. All right. Let's get Rufai Oseni on board. But then don't forget, you can start sending in your messages via WhatsApp. Okay? Yeah, WhatsApp. Our portal is open now. 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338 is a WhatsApp number. Okay? Yeah, much more later when we start talking. I'll let you know. Okay, let's quickly join Rufai Oseni for his analysis this morning. Don't forget, this is Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I am Jude Ikami Jude. Rufai Oseni, over to you.
Right, a couple of stories making the rounds. The number one story is the fact that the governors forum finally, throw their weight behind the tax bill, the tax reform bill. This conversation has been on for a while now. And the government finally threw their weight behind the tax reform bill submitted by President Tinubu. It's the right step in the right direction. But what they are saying now is that they should revise the VAT sharing formula to ensure equitable distribution of the resources of 50% based on equality and 30% based on derivation and 20% based on population. So, the communique reads that members of the NGF, a presidential tax committee, convened on the 16th of January 2023 to deliberate on critical national issues, including the reform of the Nigerian fiscal policies and tax system. So they finally made an agreement on this as regards that, but all they are saying is that it should be revised that value-added tax and sharing formula should ensure equitable distribution of resource with 50% based on the quality, 30% based on duration, and 20% are based on population. At least this is one that will calm a lot of frail nerves because it's been a lot of work for the entire Oyedele led committee. And the People's Democratic Party has accepted the judgment of Rivers.
Hello? Hello? Are you there?
And like I was saying, the People's Democratic Party has accepted the judgment of the River State High Court that nullified its ward and LG congresses held on the 22nd and 10th and 31st of August, respectively, 2024. The National Public Secretary confirmed this as the Bologbagba and that the committee had recognized Nnamdi Kanu faction, who is aligned with Governor Life Fubara as legitimate state executive of the party. But development come amidst the ongoing rift between Fubara and his predecessor, Yusa Wiki, but several efforts at reconciling them has failed. So, I mean, the Philippines finally said that they're going to, accept the outcome of the court as regards that. And the police have barricaded Rivers PDP secretariat amid leadership tussle.
Mm.
That's another story making the round. Tension flared up in Port Harcourt as police barricaded the road leading to PDP's secretariat. This follows move that the acting executive committee formed after a court nullified the elected executive plan to take over the secretariat. The Rivers State High Court on Monday nullified the ward congresses and state congresses, although the plan takeover was suspended and both factions held separate press briefings as regards this incident. And both parties are trying to assert their authority as regards what's going on in the party. So crowds of supporters gathered both inside and outside of the secretariat, reflecting the charged atmosphere, as media people, were reporting in the course of, you know, the week. Another story making the rounds, is that of another story making the rounds is that the EFCC files charges against Obatudego for obtaining a 30
Mm.
billion loan under false pretense. So there's a 13 count charge against Obatudego and the former chairman of First Bank of Nigeria and other three defendants are Stephen Olabisi Onabanjo, former MD of the First Bank, Jagita, your ex board member of Honeywell, and going to take over the bank at some point.
Mm.
So this is another, you know, is another, you know, installment in the fight for the soul of First Bank, as it is led now by Oba Judeko. So, he said the facility was applied for by VTech Dynamics Limited and Stallion Nigeria, which are known to be false and thereby contrary offense of advanced fee fraud. So they will have to face their time in the court of law. Uh, you know, EFCC also arraigned Nwaboko, former accountant general, over 1.96 billion money laundering. So the EFCC has brought Nwaboko and Felix Wiki, former deputy director in the Ministry of Defense, before a high court in Abuja. The arraignment, the people opted for plea bargain and they appealed to the court to give them more time to refund what they were accused of stealing. At the court session on Wednesday, counsel to the EFC asked for the amended charge to be read by Nwaboko, and Justice Moshosh granted Nwaboko a bail in sum of 500 million with two shorties in like sum. And that's just a sad one. To be a former accountant general of the Federation, it speaks volume at the state of decadence and societal decadence in our society as we speak. We can just only hope for at the best. Uh, some more stories making the rounds. Federal government is replying to Sanusi Lamido by saying, "We do not need your approval for economic policy," based on what Sanusi Lamido said that he wouldn't give advice to the federal government because they are not friendly and all of that. So that's about many of the stories making the rounds today.
Thank you. Thank you, Rufai Oseni. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's get to join CP Chooks at this time. Yeah, let's join CP Chooks and get his own take, his views, and of course his observation. Thank you so much. CP Chooks, top of the morning to you, and thank God it's Friday.
Same to you, Ikami Judy, and to the other listeners.
Yeah, thank you so much. Governors have backed Tinubu on tax reform. And of course, they propose new VAT sharing formula. Your take on that quickly.
I am not surprised that you to take that dimension. I said it earlier on that all the noise by the governors was just ranting. And they have now put thinking cap, went back, threw away all those unnecessary sentiments, and they've taken the right decision. So it behoves on all of them to collectively support that tax reform bill. Let us give it a trial and see how it turns out. I think it's for the good of everyone, although the pains will still be felt by the masses one way or the other. But then at the end of the day, I think it will yield something much more positive, especially in strengthening the economy, in galvanizing the revenue that we share at all the three levels of government. And then it will also help us reduce all the debts we are having both domestically and internationally from what is generated if properly managed. And, other sundry things that would help the economy.
CP, the big question is how come all the governors, even some of the governors who were opposing it seriously, especially, some northern governors who said no, a complete, no to tax reform. How come they are now backing it and supporting it and then, proposing new VAT sharing formula? I mean, how come? It's happening all of a sudden.
No, the thing is politics. I think part of the problem is ignorance. Many of them are just answering their excellencies and governors in their various domains and states. But it seems the nitty-gritty of the runnings of states seems not to sync properly with some of them. And instead of them to, conceal that ignorance in them, as soon as any issue comes up, you feel them jump out and expose themselves. They ought to have, after all, they have advisors. They need to be more organic when they're approaching issues, not reasoning mechanically. Being organic in the sense that they have to think first before they talk, not talk and later begin to think, which is exactly what they did. So they ought to have even hire consultants to come and brief them. Brief the executive council of the state. What is this thing all about? What are the benefits? Even if the consultant does not have sufficient information, those tax consultants, they'll tell them, okay, give us time. Let us go and meet them at the center and find out exactly the way this thing will work. Then we'll come back to you. That's the way people who reason do things. All this roundabout turn they've done now, they wouldn't have disgraced themselves and now come back to reality. Because what it means is that they may have gone back, they've now done consultations before coming out as a team to support that project. That's exactly what would have played out.
Hardship. I don't know. In Lagos, it's getting serious. It's getting serious. you see people scavenging, garbage sites, scavenging for valuables in garbage dump sites to feed their homes. I mean, in the bustling markets of Lagos, a shocking sight has become an all too familiar reality. Groups of married women and mothers, once proud and self sufficient, are now forced to, rummage through discarded remnants of the day's market activities, to find food. Their hands, once gentle and nurturing, now dig through rotten food and filthy, materials, driven by the desperation to feed their families. CP, I'm just trying to say that the hardship, I don't know how you would want to look at the hardship this morning, the level of hardship, for some persons who still have money to buy, few things. But I want to say that some persons don't have anything at all to feed. The hardship is getting serious. Don't you think it's high time the federal government, the government of the day, do something about it? Again, some persons have also opined that federal government open up the borders. Let's at least get food. Let's stay alive first. CP, hardship is it's getting so serious. On radio here, in the studio, we get several calls from people requesting for just food to survive that day. CP, don't you think that it's high time the federal government steps in to at least help Nigerians stay alive? Or is it like the federal government or the government of the day is overwhelmed and they really don't know what to do, or they're careless of what people are facing in this country? What do you think?
I don't think the government of the day cares less about what people are facing. The truth of the matter is that they are overwhelmed. When you look at the size of the population, over 200 million Nigerians, and over 100 million, are dysfunctionally poor. Poor in the sense that if they are lucky to see one square meal a day, they'll go and do Thanksgiving. It is that bad. The way things, cost and prices of things has gone haywire is very disturbing and is very, very worrisome. And the truth of the matter is that, how did we get here? Two factors, like I said. One, that removal of fuel subsidy followed immediately with the flotation of the naira. The two couldn't have come at the same time, in as much as we were looking for solution. They would have staggered it. Maybe the flotation could have been delayed a little bit while the subsidy goes. Then we see how Nigerians will respond to it and adjust. Or you float the naira and still retain the subsidy till after a time. So releasing the two at the same time, you can now see the multiplier effect. Now the subsidy is gone. The flotation, you have seen where the thing has kept the value of the naira. It has taken it to all-time low. And you see, cost of every item, not only food stuff. We are talking both medicine, both spare parts, all the things you require to keep you going have doubled, tripled, quadrupled since May 2023. Just 1.5 years. Well, let us hope we have reached equilibrium points. We have reached the peak, the zenith. Let us hope it will not degenerate worse than what we are seeing now.
CP, some Nigerians will tell you that the government of the day care less. Actually, they don't care. In the midst of all of these, you see videos of, I saw a video of a governor that was celebrating his daughter's wedding ceremony, throwing food, throwing everything around. It was something else. Now, in the face of all of these, our leaders are still looting. They're still stealing, from the local government to the state government and to federal government, people don't care about individual. They feel, well, it's the economy. You just have to, you just have to bear it, and all of this. And then in foreign countries, you see their government doing everything possible to make sure citizens stay alive. In Nigeria, what do we see? Sharing a cup of rice and all of these just to help that minute, not even that day, that moment. And CP, you say that they actually, it's not like they don't care, but they are overwhelmed. I mean, what is the function of government really? What is the function of government?
Well,
The duty of government.
you have already emasculated the entire thing. Apart from insensitivity on the part of those top government functionaries, the corruption is another major issue there. And added to it, good number of the top government functionaries care less. Look at the way they live in opulence, buying brand new SUVs, flooding their convoy, both for themselves and for their immediate families, even their children. They live ostentatiously. It's a very worrisome development. But then, if we start looking at it from that angle, that will not solve our problem. The area that we need to hammer seriously on and see if God will touch their hearts is on the survival of the poor. How would the masses eat, at least have one square meal a day in their tables and in their homes? That is the area that is of utmost concern. This mentality and attitude of this is our time and our turn, so we can continue to amass the thing, loot the place, do it the way we like, is a very unfortunate development. And that is why other nations, especially developed nations, look at us with disdain. Us, I mean, is just Nigeria. It's not other African countries, because there seems to be sanity in most of the other developing nations in African continent. That madness, that razzmatazz, and that tendency to live in opulence, you hardly see them in most African countries. They are taking their pace to, accommodate the masses, do their best to improve on their economies, and they take due advantage of factors of production that favors their nations. If they have advantage in agricultural production, you see the emphasis in that area. They will put all emphasis. Look at Uganda, a landlocked nation, but check their economic indices. You see that Uganda is doing well. Look at even Tanzania. Look at some of these other Rwanda, some of these African countries, Angola. No, they are doing pretty well. Look at even the small Botswana and so on and so forth. You now compare them with the so-called giant of Africa. You see that gross mismanagement and corruption has crippled Nigeria. That's just the bottom line. That's just the truth of the matter.
Okay, let's go political now quickly because of our time. Let me take you to Ondo State, where ahead of tomorrow's local government elections in Ondo State, the PDP has totally withdrawn from participating in the election. The decision, it says, is a product of several layers of consultations of party leaders, stakeholders, and of course the National Secretariat of, the great party. Totally totally withdrawing their candidates from the local government poll. What does that portend, CP, to our democracy?
Well, that's not a positive indicator in the direction of entrenchment and deepening of democracy. I mean, it shows that the opposition parties are losing total confidence in the process of bringing in political bringing in people who should come in through process of voting. Because to them, going for tomorrow election and maybe similar elections is like waste of resources, waste of time, because at the end of the day, it's like as if the results are already predetermined. So it's like still telling the electoral umpire that all is not well. Whether we like it or not, the truth has to be said. They need to go and put their house in order and eschew those vices, such as corruption, that propel them to keep doing this wrong thing. Because they are actually devaluing the democracy itself. Because they are the ones who have been constitutionally empowered to conduct elections and bring in those who are overwhelmingly voted by the populace, those who are enfranchised with their voters' card. But at the end of the day, those who find out that what they see is not the wishes and aspirations of the voters. So why would they now go and waste their cash, their time, their resources in terms of energy and all that, and say they are going for an election that they are certain that by tomorrow the thing will be really now something different from all the effort.
CP, from all indications, the Ondo election, Ondo Independent Electoral Commission, ODX, their credibility, their transparency, and partiality have failed the integrity test. And if we continue this way in this country, imagine this happening on a national level. What are we going to say? What do we call that? At that point where you see everyone saying, "Don't worry, APC, don't worry, just go ahead, don't worry, no need, let's not just do any election, we're not wasting money, just go ahead and conduct your election and just do your thing." That's what is happening in Ondo State. And if care is not taken, don't you think that other states will start picking up, will start doing same thing?
You see, the thing is that is already what we're experiencing now. That is becoming the order of the day.
Follow the trend.
And that's the trend now. And it's very, very unfortunate. I don't know whether we're going to continue like this. Maybe that's the new face of democracy in Nigeria. But really? Obviously not the same in other African countries. It's really pathetic. It's very unfortunate. It will come to a time that the voters' apathy will come to its peak, because people on election, they sit down in their houses. And if you ask them, they'll tell you, "I don't want my head to be broken. I don't want to die in the process that I'm just going to cast my vote." The vote is not whatever they want to decide, let them decide and announce who they want to announce. It is going to come to that point. Just watch out between now and 2027. That's what is gradually unfolding. The masses are now kept on the other edge, on the other side, which is not what tenets of democracy is all about. That's why if you look at Ghana, for instance, look at how a sitting party was beaten hands down in Ghana. That's a function of the development and deepening of democracy. This is not the first time it happened in Ghana. And obviously it's not going to be the last time. Because you now find out that the people have developed themselves to a point, desperation in the act of governance. And if you go there to do what is not acceptable to the people, they have their trump card that they'll keep and wait for you at the polls and get you out of that place. But our own seems to be a different scenario. You hear virtually all the states, the government in position or in power will sweep away all the local government seats, both the chairmanship and the legislature in the local government. Is that the way the democracy is developed or deposed? The answer is capital no. It's a very sad situation and very bad scenario. And that is why I'm sure the masses are pained, because masses would have been thinking that if they have their chance during the time of voting, that would be an opportunity to send the people they don't want packing and bring in another set of people to try them. But it seems to be working the opposite direction from what we are seeing in the Nigerian scenario. So let us hope that God will continue to help us.
Finally,
till we get to the land.
Finally, before I let you go, the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu has raised an alarm over the non-resumption of the trial of the Biafran agitator. The lawyers accuse the federal government and the judiciary of deliberately delaying the resumption of Kanu's case in court. The headline says, Nigerian government, judiciary deliberately delaying Nnamdi Kanu's trial. CP, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think that any responsible government will get themselves involved in deliberately delaying trials, because it's not a personal issue. It's a state matter. It's a state issue. So what would have been playing out now should be the responsibility of those people in the judiciary who are supposed to put their house in order and do the needful. This idea of bashing the federal government at every turn, and everything that goes wrong, is not really being fair to the federal government. That's my own personal opinion. We need to pin it down to the segment of the government that is responsible for not doing the right thing. So judiciary should go back and do the needful, and as soon as possible, because justice delayed is justice denied. If they are waiting for the executive or the National Assembly to come and tell them that you are supposed to do it this way or do it that way, it's very, very wrong. So what is the work of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice? That's under his purview. That's under his brief.
Now, don't you think the judiciary might be doing what we call Baba Sokwe?
Well, we are yet to see that openly. We are yet to see that glaringly. For now, they should carry that burden. It is their responsibility, and they need to do the right thing. That's just my own take to it.
Thank you, CP. I think I sought to make sense of the details in last year's budget. Of the Nigerian police. Trouble began when the Inspector General of Police, the IGP, Kayode Egbetokun, was providing a breakdown of funds allocated for the construction of 5 zonal police headquarters across the country. Egbetokun had barely sensation when a member of the House of Representatives, Mark Esset from Akwa Ibom, interjected, questioning why the details being read by the IGP were not contained in the documents, provided to him. However, it was Senator Onyekachi, a member of the All Progressives Congress and the principal officer who escalated the situation. He insisted that as a Senate, appropriate copy of the document that the IGP was presenting, he should have it. Not just come here and you gave us something different and you are reading something different. I don't understand. It was really a rowdy session, everyone. Okay, I think I want to get to that now.
Mark Esset is my name from Akwa Ibom State. Okay, point of order, Mr. Chairman. Can I recognize Mr. Chairman? Thank you very much. I am from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Chairman, I don't know if I'm the only person, but I doubt. What the IGP is reading is quite different from the document we have. Plus, we are all here for budget. It's very, very important that whatever they are presenting, all members will be acquainted with it. You can't give me a copy after this. It's not the same thing. The details are not here, like the zonal offices he has mentioned. They are not captured here. Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Please, Senator, please.
Mr. Chairman, can you
Make it easy. It is our decision within the leadership of this committee to allow IG to summarize his presentation.
No, Chairman, we're not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry. We must do the right thing. We are not in the chamber. You are there to wait for the collective. You have it. The new copy was sent to you. Check and see it. If you just have a copy, ask for the copy.
Yeah.
This is not a big deal. You ask for the copy. The copy is there available. Chairman,
There is a point of
I'm still on the floor. I'm still on the floor, Mr. Chairman.
We need the opinion of all the members. Can we allow IG to proceed with what he's reading?
No, we don't have it. We don't have it.
Please.
Then I will leave. I will leave the company. What are we reading now? What do you want to do? We are acting in the head. Leave.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Deputy Chief Whip. Deputy Chief Whip. Deputy Chief Whip.
You know, the man said no. He said IGP should can summarize. It means IGP gave, something different to members, and then the one that was with him is a summarized one. So he was speaking from a summarized. This country, yeah. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Let's get to the phone lines quickly. Everyone, 0700 903 903 903. They were even asking him to leave. You can leave. If you are not okay with what the IGP is saying, or for the IGP to just summarize what he wants to do, and that's what is the key thing. And the other members are saying, no, we're not in a hurry. That's why we are here. We are here to serve Nigerians. Don't tell us to. And everything went like that. WhatsApp 08171756338. Be mindful of what you say on the national radio. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume. Just about 60 seconds for you, so we can take as many comments as possible. Okay. Let's start from here. Top of the morning to you.
Hey, Jude, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, Thomas says my name from Shomolu.
Welcome.
Let me rush my point.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are the people that Nigerians are hungry here, and they are there shouting of building headquarters. We need money to feed people. Look at what we said this morning about scavenging of. Go to the Relay bus stop under that bridge. Go and see what women and children are doing in that refuse dump. See, I don't know whether those that are ruling us now are human beings or they are not seeing these things. How does God look at these things in a country that is so blessed that people are now eating from dustbin? Not only a particular section, children, women, men. I was coming from Lawanson the other day. Inside one street, I saw a young boy standing. The guy should be around. Businesses have closed down. This government used criminal approach to things. And you use NEPA to drop what people were doing. You use the security agents to stop farmers from going to the farm. I'm using that because how can you come? You cannot fight corruption. You cannot fight a terrorist. You cannot fight criminality. Alone should not be blamed. So all of them have told us that I wish 2027 is tomorrow. I was in a bus yesterday. Everybody 27 is tomorrow. I was in a bus yesterday. Everybody was blaming Tinubu. In fact, all the Yorubas there, they were saying, go on. In fact, all the Yorubas there, they were saying, go on election. Okay, that he take money enter. And he destroyed Nigeria completely. What is going on? How can we recover this land that God has blessed? How can we drive away if I use the word satanic beings, you might not like it. Let me leave it there. I'm not happy this Friday morning. And we are going to a weekend like this, and we start the same talk again. Who are the kind of people that are in Nigeria? Where are they from?
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Beautiful morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello?
It's Ben from Eba.
Welcome, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How was your night?
Doing great. I'm fine.
You can mention that this tax reform bill, the governors, they mention about VAT. They mention about their product. Their product is not branded. They produce yam, they produce potatoes, they produce beans, and so many tomatoes. All these things, they consume it, and we also consume it. It is not profiled at all. There is no VAT attached to it. So they mention it. It is not that they approve the tax reform bill. They said that the government should place VAT on these things so that they will be receiving their normal portion from it. You understand? So that is what they said. That is what the Northerners pinpointed, and that the VAT should not be increased again. They said it should not be increased again. I want to talk about this military now. Military. The IG of police disappointed me yesterday because every time they say they should fund the IG of police. Now they are brought into the House of Assembly to fund it. And the man have no plans. You know that his tenure has passed. He have no plans at all. He has no plans. The man that have plans, he doesn't even need paper. What they have said with US, they're working from sleep. He will say the same thing. They say, but they're saying it. Why helicopters for the commissioners of police in the 36 states give them outstanding helicopters that are very, very brand new. They will use to counter all terrorists in the forest. With them with modern technology, tracker, surveillance machines, so that they will monitor the forest. If they are foreign terrorists, why can't you kill them? Why do you now that you are rehabilitated them and they have reintegrated them to the society? When they are foreign, why should foreigners come and be killing our soldiers? Why are we deceiving ourselves in this country? God bless you.
Thank you so much for calling and appreciate you. 3.3 FM. Top of the morning to you.
Good morning, Ekano. That is not a solution. Do you know how many cottage industry that kind of money would, put on ground? Do you know the ripple effect that will have? So rather than continue to give people fish, why is government finding it difficult to teach the people how to catch fish so that they can sustain themselves for others? Is it that those who are leading us are so clueless that they are not thinking out of
him also to go for more things that is going to him also to go for more things that is going to favor Nigerians? Something like maybe 6 years tenure. Let everybody continue to go after this government finish their whatever. Let everybody have a selfish mind in life. Let them complete their second tenure, but immediately before they finish their second tenure, let them sign 6 years, one tenure for Nigerians, including governor, senator, everybody, so that we can be able to help ourselves, that whoever comes that place will be serious. Know that it's only one tenure he has. At least it will help us. Thank God, at least they have done well for doing this thing, and the President Tulumbu should listen to them. At least they have done well for doing this thing, and the President Tulumbu should listen to them. And even if it's...
And then it starts no more. For a cage, an idiot full of stars and fury signifying nothing. Apology to William Shakespeare in Macbeth. I know why I'm saying that. Now coming to the issues at stake. First of all, I want to go to Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, who said that the government, the federal government, is delaying the case in court. I'm surprised at what they have just said. Recently, it was said that these same lawyers refused to go to court or refused the government to fix dates for hearing. Just because Nnamdi Kanu said that Binta Yaku should rescue herself from the case, which was later assigned to her. That's that. So, where are we going to in this? what is happening about Nnamdi Kanu? Do his lawyers want him out? Or does he want justice, actually, or he wants to be another Nelson Mandela of IPOB, South Africa? Now coming to the tax reform bill, now the state governors have now agreed that the tax reform bill should go on, and if possible, they have reviewed the numbers, that should be how it should be shared. That they talk about 50%, 30% and 20%. Yes, this shows that at least the government is moving on well. We only pray that this tax reform bill will finally become Tax Reform Act. Let it be clear that this president is the only president among some presidents from 1999 that I see that has that political will to do whatever he wants to do, just because he doesn't have God's father. And that should be emulated. So please, as I rightly said before at the show, that please our situations should not be like that of a player that struck and pressed out upon the stage and then it starts no more. I say it in respect of our first scholar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's go on a short break. I'll be right back.
Happy New Year from Polaris Bank, the digital bank of the year. We thank all our customers for your patronage and support last year. May 2025 mark a year of fulfilled dreams for you and yours. Download Vault from Google Play Store or iOS App Store today to get your year started.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Happy New Year from Polaris Bank, our customers for your patronage and support last year. May 2025 mark a year of fulfilled dreams for you and yours. Download Vault from Google Play Store or iOS App Store today to get your year started.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Let's get back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Ken.
Good morning. I'm fine. Good morning.
All right. Yeah, my name is Mui. I'm calling from New York.
Mui, New York. Welcome.
Yeah, New York. Yes. You see, I want to ask first, is this the only number you have to the studio or you have another number? Because I've been calling for long. I don't get it.
We have
the only number you have?
No, that's not the number.
So supporting the government and something. Come on. It will change. People listen. What I realize that the electorate, people who are voting, they are more ignorant people in Nigeria voting than people who get it right. So that's the problem. So we know the 2027 that our comrade is talking about, it's not going to change. Or let the APC spoon. They're still going to win. Tinubu is going to win. No matter how damage they do to this country, they're still going to win. I'm beginning to wonder, so where is the way forward until Nigerians themselves, especially the poor people? Honestly, I've stopped helping poor people in Nigeria because they are so much, they're the most gullible. I mean, you don't have to go to school. Just listen to radio, listen to the calling radio and complain. When a nation comes, they fight it. He's Yoruba, he's Igbo, he's Christian, he's Muslim. They will still go and vote for the same people. And things don't happen. I say, Obi, I mean, the solution to Nigeria, it wasn't the same. He went to PNP because they couldn't give him the ticket. And you think it's coming to change Nigeria until we are ready. Let me tell you, Kelly, only people, last word, people can change Nigeria. We need radical people like Showore and someone like Hili change Nigeria and collect all the money stolen already. But some people, PDP, from LP to APC, nothing's going to change. Have a lovely day, my brother. I'm going to listen to you again to listen to the numbers.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
sir. Bye-bye.
Yeah. VOP FM. Top of a morning to you. Hello? Hello? Hello, good morning. Uh-oh. What happened? So sorry about that, okay? Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, my friend.
Yes, good morning.
Chief Aloy from Mapuku.
Chief Aloy, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for your work. That you were. What I say, all these things when they happen for Nigeria, we are talking hunger. Not the hunger that die with the talk. Because people when they die now, if Nigeria can count people when die this year or for this year when we enter, 15 or 15 days today, if you can't people when die, it's too much. All these things when they happen now, this all our government don't want to help us. They know the thing when they are doing. They are talking about elections for next 2 years, 3 years. But they are not talking about people who go vote for them. I'm sorry for those who, when they reach now, they go give their rights, give them a home. Then go vote. This is when they happen now. If you watch, you go know Igbo people, they are looking. Like they remember the meeting when they go for Aburi, Ghana, Ojuku with the Gowan. Now, these things that happen, they delay now the car. People they talk, they know 1 year. They talk, they know 1 year. Like they remember, say one day.
All right.
But they teach. And one day for the honor.
Thank you.
Like what will happen? What did this man do?
Thank you, Chief
Aloy. And give condition now. So I am begging them to release Nnamdi Kanu. Or one day.
Thank you.
Market, you know, go return.
Thank you, Chief Aloy. Thank you.
Market, you know, go return.
Thank you, Chief Aloy. Let's get to some messages quickly. A whole lot of them. Let me touch them because of my time. Good morning, VOP. This is another year for God's sake. One should tell Wike to allow Fubara to govern the people in River State that gave him mandate and focus. Abuja. Supreme Court should deliver judgment of the 27 lawmakers that defected so that peace can reign in Rivers once again. Anyone considering pump price hike for any reason or reasons at this moment is thinking of increasing the suffering average Nigerians are passing through presently. Benjamin from Shogunle sent that message. Elder Mazi Ugochukwu, yeah. What happened in Oyo State, concerning the installation of new Alafin, have shown us that our traditional leaders have joined our judiciary in taking bribe. Wike should understand that power is transient. What is happening to former Speaker Obasa will be a child's play to what will befall him. Mr. President should swallow his pride and seek economic advice from former President OBJ. Free Mazi Kanu. Okay, Julie. Okay. I thank God it's Friday. Jude, look at the level of hardship and poverty in the land. Nigerians have not been these bad before. APC came to turn Nigerians into beggars. I concur with Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, holding him incarcerated in a deliberate act. You are talking about pressing issues to APC 2027. Is there pressing issues they don't care how the masses are faring? Let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Iotek, thank you so much. We are living in a country where there is a glaring lack of reliable data on its citizens. Furthermore, government officials exhibit a reckless disregard for fiscal responsibility, prioritizing their own interest over the welfare of the people. Sadly, they often neglect their basic duties and responsibilities to the citizens that they serve. Abiden from Bagada, thank you. Good morning. When you know the outcome of a thing, why go into it? PDP in Ondo already knows that all the results will go in favor of APC. The truth remains that if the current INEC chairman is not changed, nothing positive will come out from our elections. Chude from Ayetoro. And then, the VAT sharing formula of the tax reform bill is a welcome development and ensures equity and will force some of the lazy governors to step up and seek avenues to generate revenue rather than rely on just taking money from from FARC. That's FAC, fuck. Meanwhile, the crisis in the People's Democratic Party is worrisome. They must put their house in order to challenge the failed APC government in 2027. It's great. Both the EFCC and ICPC are doing in-house cleansing. These agencies must pursue ex-governors and officials to recover our stolen resources. Let's begin to choose the best of us to rule the rest of us, to get the best from us. May God help and heal our land. Frank O. Nero sent that from the United States of America. Good morning to everyone in the studio. Please, I don't understand why our military men are always giving excuses on bandits and Boko Haram. But when it comes to money, they have the highest budget in the land. On our president not attending Armed Forces Day, it's simply he cannot stand for more than 5 minutes to watch the whole event. On weekend, his time is almost up. When dog wants to die, they hear smells again. Mayor from Ikotunigbe sent that. Uchevik from Festac Town. No one cares about anyone in this country. Do you know that individual marketers are more wicked than government? If you go to the market now, there is more painter. There is small paint, small derica, and there is a big paint and a big derica for measuring rice, beans, and all of these things. If you don't know about it, they will use the small paint to sell for you the same amount of or to use the big one to sell small for you. Okay, it's okay. I think I understand very well what you're saying. OC Morale, thank you so much. Thank you. Morale is high here in the studio. And happy weekend to you. And this person is saying, Mr. Okoli is saying the idea of Ondo PDP not voting is very lovely. Mr. Okoli from Surulere, thank you so much. And then Egbeto Kun and Nas, Nigerian are cruise and contraption, not actually a country. We have to some point elude fear and speak the truth, because it's only the truth that can set us free. JD from Aja sent that message. Good morning, Jude. These people ruling this country has no hope. Recklessness at its highest is displayed by these people. Okay? Nigeria, I understand what you're saying. Okay? Papers, and he said what's your name now? Okay, let's see more now. I have been wondering why First Bank reduced their workforce since Otudeko and former managing director of First Bank illegally took loan from the bank. They must return our money immediately and face the law. It's alarming seeing mothers scavenging at Ojota dumping ground. Not even Ojota alone. Other parts of the state and other parts of the nation. An APC government is watching without action. What a country. River State PDP Secretariat fight is just the last fight of a dead snake. His Excellency Sim Fubara, the governor of River State, has won Wike camp completely. For Nnamdi Kanu's case, he has no case with federal government. Political solution is the best way for federal government. Please release him now. Churchill from Surulere sent that message. Good morning. I will always say Tinubu has nothing to offer. Lee Tinubu in Aso Rock has nothing, to offer. People that shouted, Baba gets money, Baba go use his money to fix Nigeria, is now eating from the dustbin. That's good for them. Very good for them. Emilo Khan, KC Onoha or Joe Alaba is the one who is sending that message. And then, what's your name now? He's saying good morning. This is very shameful to listen to what the IGP was reading, and some members or some rep members were in support of it. What a corrupt mission. I regret being... No, you can't say that. Papo! CIO Lagos sent that message. It's okay. This bunch of politicians we have now are the problem of the country. They have taken Nigerians' country as ATM. They are power to steal and kill. Where from Ikorodu sent that message. Okay, see everyone, I'll be back by 10:30 to continue this conversation. Okay, there are so many other stories I would want us to discuss later by 10:30. I'll be here between 10:30 and 12 p.m. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. It's been a very beautiful day, beautiful morning. Thank God it's Friday, everyone. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Okay. On Instagram, on Facebook, I am IKAMIJUDEH. If you have not joined it, please join, okay? And let's have a beautiful conversation there also. Ikamijude is my name. Of course, like I said, thank God Almighty, it's Friday. And of course, I want to play something because Ogendibo, I want to actually use this to usher in, Ogendibo. All right? Yeah. I know you will like it. I know. No be you. You will like it. I'm out of here. Good morning.